Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This is for the week ahead, for the 19th to the 25th of July 2021. This week I'm using these decks. So we have the Divine Animals Oracle and the Black Moon Astrology cards. Also this tarot deck by Lisa Parker called the Tarot of the Familiars. So I'm going to get straight into it and talk about the astrology this week. So we go into Leo season this week. So it's an energy where, you know, the sun is very well placed in Leo, so there should be a feeling of a bit more light in the world, a bit more light around us. So it will be easier to access the energy of creativity, courage, the light within you, and seeing the light within yourself and others. And there may even be this feeling that there is more light in the world as well, which is a good thing, and we certainly need that, don't we? And it is a good time to access a feeling within yourself of inner courage, of inner strength, and of your creativity, of your self-expression. Leo is the energy of self-expression and creativity and initiative and leadership. So very strong energy when the sun goes into Leo. And if you know, happy birthday to all the Leos as well. So if you have Leo energy in your chart, or if you have fire energy like Sagittarius or Aries, this will feel quite boosting for you personally, but it will be for everybody quite a positive boost. It can bring a bit more of a stubborn energy where people sort of feel more inclined to be more emotionally reactive, or be a bit more adamant about their choices, and a bit more stubborn, because it is a fixed sign. The fixed signs are a bit more stubborn in that way. But overall, it's a very good energy coming into Leo season, so that's good. And it actually kicks into Leo season towards the end of this week, around Friday. And the other stuff this week, we have a full moon in Aquarius, so obviously the opposite sign to Leo. That's on the 23rd, and so there's actually a lot of energy happening on around the date the 23rd. We have the full moon, obviously we have Leo season kicking in. I'll talk about the full moon a bit more in a second, but on the 23rd we also have Venus going into Virgo, which is the fall sign for Venus, not the best sign for love and romance. It's more of a dry and practical energy with Venus in Virgo. It's more kind of assessing things, discerning information, discerning and observing, you know, your interactions with others, your relationships. And it can be somewhat of a critical energy. So if you're someone that's a bit Virgo-like, or a bit has a strong 6th house energy, you may feel this energy of feeling quite critical about things, or, you know, it can be a little bit negative with Venus in Virgo, because it sees the flaws in things, it sees where the problems are that need to be fixed. And on a positive tact, you may be more inclined to make positive changes in your life where something needs to be fixed. So something where, you know, you want to fix a room in your house and reorganize things, declutter things. It can be really good for organizing. It can be good for this energy with Venus in Virgo can be good for changing your diet, changing your something with your health, with your routine, where you need to sort of clean things up a bit and get back on track with something that feels more disciplined, and bringing in some self-discipline. When it comes to relationships, we may be more critical of others, so something to be aware of, or others may be more critical towards us, so something, again, to be very aware of this energy while Venus is in Virgo. It can be good for creative things as well, especially with the sun in Leo. It can be very hands-on energy with Venus in Virgo and the sun in Leo. We can feel like, I'm going to practice a skill or something creative. I'm going to put the efforts into practicing and perfecting a technique or a skill. Very much Venus Virgo energy. It's also an energy where we're more focused on our pets. So there can be, for some people, maybe the desire to get a new pet, or it can be looking at issues with your pet, working with changing something around to do with a pet. So Virgo energy is very much related to small animals as well. And yeah, the full moon. So the full moon in Aquarius brings an energy to looking at the bigger picture and the collective in a very objective sense, in a very sort of, not so much an emotional sense, more an observational way. Aquarius is very much a sign that likes to observe as well. And with Aquarius full moon, it can in some way heighten our emotions, but it's kind of a contradiction, because Aquarius energy is not the most emotional sign, but it can get very indignant and passionate in one way when it comes to what's going on in society, when it comes to what's going on in the world. And it is a humanitarian sign, Aquarius, so issues related to human rights could come up this week around the 23rd. They could definitely peak. You could see things in the collective where there's like, you know, more protests or more groups of people being galvanized to make change, positive change around issues that are Aquarian related themes, such as human rights, freedom. Key word for Aquarius is freedom. And the other thing I was going to say, you know, the full moon in Aquarius could be a little bit tense for some signs. It could be a bit tense for Leo because it's your opposite sign. It could be tense for Scorpio and Taurus. And if you have, say, an Aquarius sun or moon on 1 degree, which is when the moon will be full on that 1 degree of Aquarius. So, yeah, if you're born at the beginning of those signs I mentioned, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, that's going to affect you more so, I would say, because it's, you know, the full moon's on 1 degree, which is the beginning of a sign. So, and it does make a difficult aspect to Venus as well. So that's something to pay attention to. So I would say there's some tension in relationships on some level. It could be friendship because Aquarius does rule friendships also, or group situations. It could be work groups or work dynamics, friendship dynamics, things like that. Okay, so the full moon is actually also making an out of sign conjunction with Pluto. So that does intensify the energy of change. Aquarius is a sign that is related to evolution and making change, but making change for a reason in order to grow. It's not just change for change's sake. It's not change for any other reasons. It's more change in order to evolve. So that's the energy that we're going to be seeing, is this feeling in the collective of wanting to evolve, needing to look at humanity as a whole and what's best for humanity in a big picture sense, not in the small picture sense, you know, that kind of thing. And with Venus in Virgo, people could be feeling a little bit more OCD about health matters. So there could be a bit of an issue with people being a bit more fastidious about certain points, certain little small details. Virgo is the small picture. That's kind of more the negative expression of Venus in Virgo. The positive of Venus in Virgo is practicing a skill, organizing things, being very hands-on with your practical life, being very organized with things that are, like I mentioned, your routine, your health, your diet, focusing in on some important factors in your life that are related to physical needs and practical, pragmatic needs. Okay, and then on Sunday, around the 25th, we have Mercury in Cancer making an opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a tense energy between what Mercury rules, which is communication and short trips and short distance travel and, you know, moving around, moving about, freedom of movement, opposing Pluto in Capricorn, which is something to do with the powers that be, some kind of power struggle, and specifically around travel. For some people, travel in the local area. For some people, maybe more long distance travel or traveling to see family, because it's in the sign of Cancer. So there could be some issues at the end of this week around travel related to family or communications with family, specifically family where there might be some power struggle. So that's something to look out for towards the end of the week. Also, just one other thing is this week, Jupiter retrogrades back to the 0 degree point of Pisces. So anyone that's born at the very beginning of Pisces, this is a very strong time for you, a very like a new beginning energy for you if you're born at the beginning of Pisces. But what I find is, you know, as an astrologer, when anything goes onto that 0 degree, and of course because it's going retrograde, it's going to then go next week onto the 29 degree of Aquarius as it goes back into Aquarius. This is quite a tense time because we're looking at the 0 degree point and the 29 degree, which are critical degrees. So there is a lot of tension in the air, and the full moon in Aquarius, it's quite a buzzing kind of energy because it's an air sign and it's very much connected to the mind and thinking. So people's minds might be very highly charged and a lot of people are thinking a lot. There's a lot of exchange of information as well. Aquarius is a communicative type sign also. So there is a lot of energy with the full moon this week. And, you know, with relationships, because Venus is going into Virgo, I want to say we're more likely to prefer to be spending time alone than spending time with people where the energy doesn't feel right. So you might choose to yeah, just like I said, spend more time alone rather than spending time with someone who's not appreciating you or someone who's not treating you well. As I said, because Venus in Virgo is very discerning and very critical, and Venus in Virgo and just Virgo energy would sometimes really prefer to be alone and be comforted by being on their own. So some people, especially people with Virgo this week, might feel that more, like I'd rather be alone than spend time with people that don't understand me or that are not treating me right. Fair enough. So that's the energy for this week. So let's look at the cards. I think what I'm going to do is start with the fire signs first, and then go the earth signs, then water, then air, and the timestamps will be below the video. All right, so let's get into this section. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, my shop is open. You can book a reading. Fast turnaround readings are delivered usually between 1 to 3 business days. The majority of the other readings are about 8 to 16 business days, based on how booked up I am these days. Okay, the link will be below to our online store. All right, let's look at some jumping odds. There's too many. I just want one card for the fire signs this week. So Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We do have a flipping card here. It is the Four of Cups. Okay, so it can be, for the fire signs here, a little bit of boredom energy, feeling either boredom or feeling a bit left out, or it can be this energy with the Four of Cups where there is something on offer for you, but you're kind of a little bit reluctant or uncertain as to whether you should take it. Let's look at a bit more information about this, what this could be about. So we have the astrology cards here for the fire signs. Ooh, very mysterious. Black Moon Lilith, mystery. Okay, for some people there could be something around a female that you're just not sure about, or if you're a female, it could be something to do with female issues of a kind of mysterious nature. I'm getting health for someone watching. So if you're a fire sign female in particular, there may be something health-wise that you're just unsure about, with some kind of symptoms, or feeling a bit strange in some way. For some, it's wanting to connect more spiritually, and this is another general message that I'm getting. So aside from what I just said, separate message now. So there's this energy here that I'm picking up on with wanting to connect more spiritually, either to your guides or to the other side, or to receive a message from spirit, but you feel a little bit uncertain or a little bit blocked. So there's some kind of work that you could do this week, fire signs, that can help you with your spiritual path. There looks to be a lot of spiritual energy around you, like meditation, connecting with spirit, messages from spirit for the fire signs. Let's see what the animal message is. This one's popping out. Wolf. Wow, the lone wolf. I love it. Really powerful message here. And it says authenticity. Wow. Very mysterious energy. Even wolves, you know, they have this mysterious kind of dark, mysterious quality, which resonates with this card. So I feel like the message that I'm getting predominantly at the moment here for the fire signs is a lot of solitary energy, and maybe feeling a little bit less inclined to socialize a little bit this week, but also you may want to just connect with the one person that you feel more of a deep connection to. Let's look at the astro dice for the fire signs. Libra, Neptune, and the first house. First house is a fire house. It's actually the Aries house. So strong energy with your own path, your own identity, your own needs, focusing on self, which very much comes up here, I feel. Neptune is about spirituality and connecting with spirit and creativity and, yeah, something higher. Libra here does speak about love, relationships, but it's also about finding balance back within yourself. So I am getting here, because the first house has come up with the Libra energy, definitely something fire signs here about finding some kind of balance within yourself this week and working on your inner spiritual self. So meditation, healing, esoteric research, or seeking knowledge or information that feels like it's giving you some kind of connection to the divine, or some kind of understanding of something deeper. All right, so that was the fire signs. Okay, let's go to the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are the messages? Ooh, jumping card. Oh wow, it is the Ace of Swords. Interesting with a crow, that's jumping out to me so strongly right now. The Ace of Swords, first of all, is a card of decisions, clarity, communication, important communication coming in, understanding something with more clarity. But the crow really stands out. So some signs may be getting animal messages this week from birds or from crows, or hearing crows call. I don't know if you say the crow call, I don't know. But just hearing the sound of a crow, not for everybody, but for some people there's a message with that. And I find that birds are really interesting messengers, and especially from the spirit realm. So spirit will often use animals to communicate certain things. Or you'll find like an unusual animal, you know, across your path, or you'll see something very unusual and it connects to something that you know personally is going on for you, or is a message from spirit. So there's definitely messages from spirit for the earth signs this week. Let's look at the animal cards and see what else comes up. This one's poking out. Ooh, dog. Interesting. That's funny because the fire signs just had the wolf. And so the earth signs now have the dog, and it's got 11 here. There is some kind of communication from someone in your soul tribe this week. And if you're a female earth sign watching, it feels like male energy, I have to say, is what I'm getting here. Just to see what it says on the card. It says, oh, companionship. Interesting. So someone from your soul tribe, yeah, the 11 can relate to someone that you have like a deep soul connection to. And let's see what the other card is, and I'll see what other messages come out. The earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oh wow, sun, spirit, beautiful. So interesting because the sun is going to Leo, which it's well placed in the sign of Leo. So there could be some connection with, for the earth signs, a fiery energy through a male person that you know. I keep getting a connection with a male. So, you know, it could be a spirit guide. It could be a person in your life. It could be someone that you've not heard from for a while. It could be passionate communication, important communication, and spiritual signs and messages. Let's see what the astro dice say for the earth signs. We have the 6th house, which is the house of routine, health, work, and daily routine, daily life. Pisces, and the moon. A bit of mysterious energy here with the moon in Pisces, but the moon and Pisces together talks about your intuition and really listening to your intuition here. This week there's a strong spiritual connection for you this week, earth signs, and it may be something that just comes about on your daily routine, or when you're doing work, or when you're just least expecting something to come through. You might just have a message and that's really important to you, and you like get goosebumps and you're like, I know that's spirit, wow, and you just feel that confirmation. Some people may get, because we have the 6th house of work come up, there may be some important communication, other messages I'm getting to do with work. So clients, or you know, boss, or your routine, something changes, something shifts in some way that I feel like it's positive. I'm getting a positive card with the sun spirit connection, but spirit's very strongly around the earth signs this week. I feel that so much with these cards, so it's actually really beautiful. I love those messages. All right, let's move on to the water signs. Okay, so back to the tarot cards. So this is going to be for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, of course. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What are the messages this week? This one's jumping out. Oh, very watery energy. How appropriate. The Queen of Cups. Okay. So feeling very sensitive energy here, very connected. Owl message comes up. So owls are about wisdom. They're nocturnal creatures. They're predators. They're very observational. They're always associated with wisdom and observing. Interesting that in the background here we have the full moon. So we do have the full moon in Aquarius with this week. So for the water signs, there may be something coming to a peak this week on an emotional level. Ooh, jumping card. What's this one? Oh, dog comes out again. How funny. The earth signs just had that. So, so dog energy is very protective, and dog energy in this case for you guys, I'm feeling it's something to do with loyalty is coming up. That's what I'm hearing, loyalty. It does say companionship on the card, but I am getting something about loyalty. Interesting. We have a nighttime scene in a forest where owls, as I said, are nocturnal. So there's some kind of connection with that as well. Interesting. And here we have this woman. It looks like a woman to me. It looks like that's what I'm picking up on, with a, if you can see it, like a bow and arrow. And the bow and arrow image with the owl, if you put these two together, actually relates to the goddess Artemis. So if you're interested in goddess symbolism, look up the goddess Artemis. Artemis is a very protective energy, okay, and is actually, she has a lot of symbolism with her, but there is an element of protection over things that are dear to you, like even your physical belongings or your physical home or things that you own. And, you know, maybe one person out there has to send something in the post this week that's very important and they want it to be protected. You know, you can call on Artemis to protect what you're sending. So there's definitely something about Artemis, very strong here. She's always with the owl, and it's funny they came up together, so that's very powerful. For the water signs, very mystical energy going on here. I like it. Let's see what the Astro card is. Water signs. What's the astrology card? Water signs. Ooh. Libra, balance. Wow. Very sensual energy here as well. So, Libra, I balance. So something about your relationships comes up, but also about equality, fairness in relating with others, fairness of some kind of equality in exchange with another person. But there is something about protection also in regards to your dealings with other people. Okay. So let's see, we have the 7th house. Wow, the 7th house is your relationships. It's the Libra house. How about that? Let's see what else comes up for water signs. The Sun and Capricorn. Interesting. So, Capricorn and the Sun could be dealing with someone that has authority in your life. So like someone like a male person in authority, like a boss or a husband or another type of authority figure. So there's definitely something about dealing with another person this week, because the 7th house in Libra comes up. It could be a romantic relationship, it could be love, it could be dealing with someone with issues related to loyalty or protection, or I'm hearing the word faith now as well, so that's another message coming through for the water sign. So very mystical energies, but definitely, if when I talked about Artemis, if that resonates with you, definitely look up you know, anything associated with the goddess Artemis and see if that resonates for you in a deeper way. All right, so the air signs are next. Okay, so this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, jumping card. 7 of Pentacles. Routine, work, job situation. Let's get an Astro card. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Leo. Interesting, because we have the Sun in Leo this week. I will. So the air signs look like they're benefiting from the Leo energy, especially Gemini, Libra. You guys will, especially Gemini, tend to appreciate the Leo energy quite a lot. And for Aquarius, it's your opposite sign. So for Aquarians, you might feel like you have to really try a bit harder to activate your will a bit more this week and work on issues related to courage. For Gemini and Libra, it feels like it's a bit more natural. Something about working on, for some people, this is an issue that's coming up in work, in your work, that's affecting your ego in some way. So you might be feeling a little bit triggered by something this week to do with your work situation, I'm feeling, or creative projects or something creative that you're doing. You may feel, yeah, just getting like, feeling like triggered by something. Chameleon, yeah, blend into the background. It also says change. It's a number 33, which is about self-mastery. So interesting that we have Chameleon, which is about being more behind the scenes and blending in, and then we have Leo, which wants to be seen. So there may be some conflict for the air signs this week around these issues, blending in, being wanting to be seen and acknowledged, and this kind of duality or dichotomy between your ego self and the part of you that knows, I'm on path, I don't need to prove anything in a very over-the-top way. I can just keep doing the work that I'm doing and know that that will reap its benefits. I don't need to put things in anyone's face, or I don't need to, you know, try to prove myself or get approval too much. That might just be for some people. For others, there could be an issue in the workplace where you want to just kind of blend in the background more and not be bothered too much with any dramas going on. There may be some drama in the workplace for some people this week, not everybody. Okay, and for the air signs, let's look at the Astro dice. Capricorn, yeah, work comes up. 3rd house, which is Gemini energy, communication. The moon, which is Cancerian energy. So emotional communication related to work. Interesting, because I did mention work and it does come up here in the cards as well. So there is something around the work situation, around your career, your work, your projects, creative projects. It could be something where with the moon in the 3rd house, for some people you may be writing important things, or there might be important communications or emotional communications. or personal communications between yourself and someone else, or, you know, a really deep and meaningful conversation with someone through your workplace or someone you know from work. That could be the other thing, but work comes up in a big way. Leo, you could be dealing with someone that is like a boss or an authority figure, or someone, let's see what I'm getting here. Someone that wants you to put some more creative energy into your work as well, but you feel a little bit stagnant and kind of you just want to go with the flow, but you're kind of being pushed to do a bit more. Again, these messages, all these bits and pieces can be from different people. It's a general message as well. So, and those are the readings, guys. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thanks to everyone who left comments last week on last week's reading. I appreciate that. And I always appreciate your comments. And see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.